Welcome to Authorly Incorrect, the ultimate game show where authors face off against their own memories. Tonight, two writers will battle through 3 brutal rounds. Line up, scars and stars, and story scraps. Only one will prove they truly know their own pages best. Let's turn the page and play Authorly Incorrect. Hi, welcome to Authorly Incorrect. Today I have 2 more wonderful authors from Four Horsemen Publications with me to see how well they know their books. So we first have Amanda Fasciano. Amanda, please tell everyone about your books and what you write.
What I have out right now is a paranormal mystery series. It is kind of supernatural meets ghost hunters, but from the ghost's perspective. And there is an overarching plot for the whole thing. Things get worse as you go along.
Oh gosh, intense with ghosts and everything, I'm sure. I love the supernatural, so I'm sure that's very exciting. We'll find out more as we go along today, I'm sure. This is Mimi Francis, our other wonderful author. If you would let us know what you write.
So I write romance, and I have 4 different series. Second Chances in Hollywood, which is actors and bodyguards getting a second chance at love in Hollywood. Loves of Lakeside, which is small town romance. Massachusetts Mafia, which is mafia romance. And I also have a book called The Sugar Daddy Arrangement, which is contemporary romance rom-com that is on Kindle Unlimited.
Sweet. Well, now that we have the lovely introductions out of the way, are we ready to dive in and see who knows their lines first in our first round lineup?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I know. So hard to be ready for something you're not even sure. All right. First line. No, in fact, I'm pleasantly surprised you made it in your front door. Yes, that's from Waking Up Dead.
That would be Snow.
That scene was funny to me. All right, let's see. The next one is a lesson in chasing ghosts. Sometimes they catch you first. You're both right. That's from Haunting of Hill House. See, you're doing great so far. All right. You have to decide the kind of person you want to be. Otherwise, someone else will decide for you. Yes, that's from Peaky Blinders.
I was going to say, I have never written a book something that profound.
Yeah. Although honestly, if I reread some things after it's been a long time, I was like, wow, I wrote that back.
Yeah, sometimes I go, wow, I wrote that. But I definitely didn't write that.
All right. She screamed, terror flooding her like an overflowing dam. Her first instinct was to throw open the door and run. Mimi, that's from Taken by the Mobster.
Oh, well, okay, great. Darn it.
I know.
I haven't read it in like 2 years, so.
Okay. No, I know. This is why it's so tricky. But it's the game, guys. What is grief if not love persevering? Mimi, you got that one. That is from WandaVision, actually.
Oh, WandaVision.
I know. I guess I threw in some TV and movies I forgot about there.
That's fine.
All right. I'm going to let her decide what she wants. I don't think she needs another man in her life telling her what to do. Yes, you're both right. Yay! All right, last one. Good. Otherwise, I'll have to start charging you. He grinned a bit at her as he joked, trying to cheer her up. That one's Amanda's from Waking Up Dead. But I kind of put it in there because I knew it could go either way. I knew it was a tricky one. Sorry.
That was a tricky one.
All right, but that was the first round. So far, Amanda's ahead by 1 point. Still neck and neck. And we're on to round 2, Scars and Stars. So this one, like I said, is where I'll be reading reviews, and you will have to see if you think they're reviews of your books or not. All right, ready for the first one?
Yep.
Okay. This book was shallow and devoid of moral substance. That is actually from The Great Gatsby. 2 stars for The Great Gatsby. So, you know, you can.
I have a review that sounds like that. That's why I thought it was mine.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Okay. Fast-paced romance with lots of drama and tension. The story keeps you interested with its intense moments and strong emotions. The characters have a lot of chemistry and the plot moves quickly, which makes it hard to put down. Yep. Taken by the Mobster, 4 stars. All right. The well-woven multiple perspective storytelling was amazing and easy to follow, though sometimes the tone feels mismatched. Otherwise, a thrilling experience. Yeah, that's from The Guest List by Lucy Foley. And it's a 4-star, if you're wondering. All right. Thoroughly enjoyed reading this engaging, entertaining, and unput-downable story. Well-written, fast-paced with lots of angst, friendship, mystery, and shenanigans kept me up at night reading. Yeah, that's for Dead Vessel. It is a 5-star. All right. The writing was cliche. It lacked sophistication and depth. And that's such a bland one. Huh? Yeah, that is a 2-star review of The Eldest by Christopher Paolini. I had to think about the pronunciation. I'm sorry. I write words, don't say them. You know. Okay. The author's story is so fascinating and insightful. Is the rich and diverse background information she provides for each of her characters, no matter how significant a role they might play. Actually, that is Amanda's. It's a 5-star for Waking Up Dead. It's a great review.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was.
I know it didn't give a lot, and I had to kind of make sure that nothing that gave anything away was in these reviews.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. All right. The author took control of the plot from the very first sentence. It was such a quick, easy read, and I finished it in 2 days. You're both right. That's for Runaway. Woo! And that, my friends, is Story Scraps. Wrapped. And you guys are still very close. Who knows? Who knows? That's the crazy thing. It can go neck and neck, and it can become unexpected. All right. So story scraps is where I very vaguely describe scenes from your books, but also other things, movies, TV, books of other kinds. And you have to see if you remember the vague scenes in your books. All right. First one. The wind howls, the ground unsteady beneath their feet. A single misstep and cold engulfs them, shocking, suffocating, pulling them deeper. Panic claws at their lungs as shadows blur above the surface. A desperate reach, a plunge, arms, warmth, safety found in the chaos, but the cold lingers, sinking bone deep. That is Runaway Home. When she falls.
When she falls in the water.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. You're kicking my butt, Amanda.
Sorry.
I know.
That one I wrote a really long time ago.
I know.
You can tell I don't reread my own books.
Well, I mean, yeah. I haven't read By Moonlight since a while.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel ya.
That's all right.
I'm going to have to reread before I write the next one, though. All right. Next one. A character steps into a bustling new environment filled with strange sights and rules. Their eyes are wide, emotions carefully contained, but curiosity wins over fear. It is actually the Diagon Alley scene in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I know, tricky. All right. Pain sears through her body, sharp and blinding, every nerve set on fire. The struggle is frantic, strength fueled by fear, survival hinging on instinct alone. A single precise strike tears her free, but the danger is far over.
Ooh. I'll go with Mimi on this one.
No, it's from Dead Vessel.
I wondered about that. Yeah. That's what I was caught. Think long, think long. Sorry.
I could see it I could see your wheels turning too. Like you were like, is it that? I thought that. Okay. Okay. Two characters sit across from each other in silence. A world of understanding exchanged without words. The quiet is both comforting and unbearable. Something important is ending or beginning. Yeah, you're both right. It's from Call Me By Your Name. You got it.
There's a couple of my books that one could have been.
All right.
I was going,
Orders?
There's a couple of mine that could have been.
I had to make it kind of tricky.
You did. You did a good job of making it tricky.
Well, and some of these aren't even like the scenes don't necessarily even match up to your books necessarily. It's just I had to make them just vague enough that it could mean almost anything.
You did an excellent
depending
job.
on what you're reading.
You did a very good job of making it vague. A very good job.
I'm trying. All right. Okay. Orders are given and they're followed without question. Precision is everything. Every move practiced, every accounted for, but one slip threatens to unravel everything. A single word spoken that should have stayed silent. Plans shift, decisions are made, and there's no turning back. Yeah, that is from Taken by the Monster.
I even know which scene it is.
I know. It's the bank scene.
It's the bank scene.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Memories claw their way back, sharp and unrelenting, dragging them to a night they wished they could forget. That's when everything changed, and they lost someone they could never save. The past still lingers like smoke, creeping into their dreams, threatening to suffocate their resolve. Doubt gnaws at them, but the pleas for help are louder than their fear. That one is from Dead Vessel.
I got really good at doing the vague because I'm like, that could be for the. Yep. Excellent job.
I know.
Anyway.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
She's really good at the vague scenes.
Yes.
I'm really good at constructing those sentences. English class in high school did me right. All right. So that is it for story scraps. All right. I love it when it's neck and neck. It's the best. All right. So now for the bonus round, ink or sink.
Oh, okay.
So this round is when I individually ask you guys very interesting things. Like, for example, how many times did you use the word the in one of your books? That is a question. So, yep.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose a lot's not a good answer.
You know, and we're doing multiple choice, like I said, so you'll have an option to choose from.
God.
So, are we ready for these?
I guess so.
That is actually the first question for both of you. So, Mimi, how many times do you think you said the word the in Taken by a Mobster?
Do I get to hear the multiple choice, or do I?
I'm so sorry. Yes, yes. One is 131 times, 2, 175 times, or 3, 276 times.
I'm going to go with C, 276 times.
You are correct. All right, Amanda. Same question, but for Waking Up Dead, we have A, 917 times, B, 1,665 times, or C, 630 times.
I'm just gonna go balls to the wall and say B.
Yeah, you're right. It's so fun. I like these sorts of things because it's not, those are words that no one thinks about, right? Like the throwaway words, pronouns are kind of throwaway words in fiction. And so I just think it's fun to find out. I did look at my own. Don't worry, I'm really bad about it too, so don't feel bad. All right. Second question for both of you. So, Amanda, this time I'll ask you first. In Dead Vessel, what is the second named character in your book? We have A, Cadence, B, Lauren, or C, Derek?
Cadence. No.
Nope, it's Derek.
It was Derek.
I know. Because then you're sitting there like counting it mentally in a manuscript that's not in front of you. So, yeah.
Trying to remember what the first chapter says.
Yeah. Thankfully, I feel like that's the one that most people read the most when they're, going through it.
Yep. Over and over again.
Yes. And so in Runaway Home, Mimi,
Okay.
what do you think your second character was? I know it's one of the older ones. So we have A, Serena, B, Trace, or C, Mel Chasey.
I'm going to go with Trace.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'm going to go with Oh, yay! Yay!
See, it can surprise you what you can kind of remember or guess well. So yeah. All right. And then the final question of ink or sink for both of you is, what do you think the longest word in your book is? So Mimi, in Taken by the Mobster, which of these is the longest word? Unconscious, incompatibility, or underestimated?
Oh. I'm going to go with unconscious.
No, that is actually the second longest word, though. The first one is underestimated.
Okay.
And incompatibility wasn't in there at all. So.
I didn't think incompatibility was in there because that didn't sound like a me word for that particular story. But, oh, darn it. I almost said underestimated, too. Darn it.
I know. All right, Amanda. Waking up.
Good luck, Amanda.
Thank you.
We've got 3 going for you. First one is rationalizations. Second is electromagnetic. And 3 is uncompromisingly.
I'm going to go with uncompromisingly.
Nope. It was rationalizations. And uncompromisingly was actually not in it at all. I think that was in Dead Vessel, though. So,
okay.
Yeah. I had to mix it up.
No,
all right. Oh, my goodness. But Amanda, you still won by 1 point. 1 point.
Okay. I thought Mimi had that.
And this, my friends, is where Chelsea discovered during editing that she had it backwards and completely wrong. So really, the lovely winner by 1 point is Mimi Francis, and she is being named
We'll have to have a redo.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm bringing everybody back for new round of
2.
this, I promise.
Yep.
And all sorts of new weird information I can pull out of your books. So
yeah.
And maybe I could read my books and see what's going on in them.
You prep a little. That was that for this week's Authorly Incorrect and these 2 amazing authors. And we will see you next week with 2 more lovely authors and see how well they know their books. For more information about Amanda Fasciano and her amazing works in the Otherworld, visit authoramandafasciano.com. To find out more about Mimi Francis, you can go to mimifrancis.com to find out about all the wonderful romance that she has in store. And of course, you can find both authors at fourhorsemanpublications.com. And that's a wrap on this chapter of Authorly Incorrect. Our authors laughed, they guessed, and maybe even questioned their entire writing careers. Join us next time for more plot twists, wild guesses, and bookish blunders. Until then, may your edits be sharp, your coffee strong, and your answers slightly more correct.